What's good, my homages? Welcome back to another video. I have noticed, Tyler, you look a little pale today. Tyler, you look tired. Tyler, you look like you're 30. Well, sweetheart, let me tell you something. I am tired, okay? I'm tired. And I'm sick. I feel under the weather. So as a side note, being 30, I realized a few things. I am only 10 years away from 40. That's devastating. And then two, this, I don't know whether to laugh or cry about this, but the age range to like donate your eggs for fertility reasons is the cutoff is 30. So after the next 6 months, it's all over for me. I'm no longer able to donate my eggs, even though I never would, but it's kind of disturbing to know that I am in that age range and that bracket. But hey, we're alive another day. We are thankful, we are grateful, and we are still burnt out and tired, but it's fine. So yeah, as I stated earlier, I'm not feeling great, but I don't know. I woke up coughing and I sound sicker than I did the last video because, well, I am. And well, that is not gonna stop us, so I actually have to get ready for the studio art tour. I'm about to bust out the NyQuil tonight like the Kool-Aid man, be like, oh yeah. And we're gonna conquer this. It's just a cold. It's just another day. But in all seriousness, I am getting ready for a pretty big weekend. So tomorrow is Friday, so I'm gonna be doing Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm gonna be doing the studio art tour, which is in Faribault, Minnesota. I'm gonna be doing the location at the Paradise Center for Arts, so I'm really excited about that. Tomorrow it's 4 to 8 p.m. Saturday, I believe it's 10 to 5 or 6. And the next day I think it's 10 to 5. I'm gonna be vlogging that a little bit. I don't know if I'm gonna make these into 2 separate videos because it's gonna be a pretty eventful weekend. So I spent the majority of the morning signing up for more art shows, sending in applications, sending in checks, paying booth fees, filling out ST19 forms, looking into art residencies, looking into art programs. Like Red Wing, Minnesota has an art gallery. I reached out to them. It's something I've been procrastinating for a very long time, but this morning I thought I would do my due diligence and take care of my adult things, the things that was like nails on a chalkboard. I'm guilty of getting in the habit of scrolling on my phone way too much the last couple of days that I've been resting, but I can't sit still. I was gonna create, but I didn't feel like it because we're tired. So have I said I'm tired? Because I probably said that about 6 times, but it's fine. I'm gonna get some energy and I'm gonna try and go for a walk today. I'm gonna pack my car, and actually it's pretty much packed, but I have to rearrange. Like I have to take out my tent because I don't need that this weekend, and then kind of reorganize everything. So welcome back to another video. If you're new, I appreciate you being here, and if you're a returning viewer, you're the real MVP. Okay, so, wow, that's really bad. I didn't realize how bad my voice is today until I actually started talking. I got everything loaded in the car, and pretty much I just have a couple of boxes of candles. Fucking sound terrible today. I honestly don't know how I'm gonna last through 2.5 days of art shows and trying to talk to people, so I'm not gonna say a whole lot probably in this vlog because I need to save my energy and my voice. I sound worse than I actually feel. I'm still tired and run down. I just think it's a really bad cold, but I got some painting done last night I want to show you. Yeah, that's the progress on this. This is going to be called Living Water. This is a vision that I got from God. And then I was thinking this would be fun if I did kind of, it's way different than my other two. I'm going to take you on a field trip. Excuse my messes in my house. But I actually got hangers to hang these. Because this is the Sweetness of Life, and then this is my other one. These are very vibrant, and this one's way different. I had 3 boards that I purchased. What I want to do is put like some type of tattoo designs on this and just kind of make it really different and kind of something bold to stand out, different than my other work. So yeah, in all seriousness, I hope I make a lot of money. There is sort of a short film I'm working on, and there's some, I don't know how to say this, but there's like some really raw, uncut footage that I'm gonna include in it, stuff where I went through really hard times with struggles and self-doubts, and kind of it's some of the lower moments in my life. And this film isn't gonna be like depressing. I guess I can't really call it a film, but it's gonna be a lot different than much of my other stuff, and I'm gonna include it on a Saturday. So this video gets released on a Friday. That one will be a bonus film or like a bonus video on my channel, and I guess I'm so much recording my progress and just kind of what I'm going through, and it's all going to be incorporated, the story behind my painting Burnout, and you know, some of the things that I face as a creative and an individual. And it's not for clout reasons. I'm creating this because I feel like mental health speaks on many volumes, and it's very hard for me to kind of put myself out there like that in a way and being so vulnerable. But I feel like there's so many edges to mental health, and even though I'm always deemed as one of the strong people, and a lot of people in my life, like in their life, like a lot of times people don't know how to be there for me because I don't know, it just, I'm good at being there for other people, but it's hard to have people be there for me. There's only a select few that really know what to say to me. But I created this film, so to speak, and I'm in the process of creating something different because I feel like I said a lot of things that need to be said in the creative industry, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Gonna go to Grandpa's? Yeah? Here's the lovely elevator that helped me so kindly. I got everything dragged in here. I got this entire room, which is sweet. Candles, all my stuff. I think, sorry, I'm out of breath. I think what I'm gonna do is put a 6-foot table here. So that's kind of where people can check out possibly. I also don't want to be in the way. Or maybe I'll just make everything over here. But I think what I'm gonna do at first is just put all the clothing on the rack, and then I guess we'll figure it out from there. guys, so day 1 is complete. What is today? Today is day 2. Day 2 is complete. I have to correct myself. And I have some tea to spill. I was gonna wait until tomorrow, but I had to share some things. So I'm doing this art show it's called the Paradise Center for Arts. It's in Faribault, Minnesota. And it's right across from the place where me and my mom had my store when I was 18. This was like shortly before she ended up passing away. But I remember the first time I walked back into that building, I think it was like 10 years later. This was a couple of years ago, and I did a class. It was like a beading class with my ex's family. It was his mom, sister, and grandma. And prior to that, actually, I'm gonna back it up a little bit. My ex's grandmother bought me this painting, and I'll put a clip in here if I remember, but there's this original that's in there, but she got me a print of it because the original's like $3,000, which is well worth it. And it's this girl with red hair, and I used to have red hair for the longest time. And when I dated him, I did. Like, all my hair was red. Anyways, long story short, his grandmother ended up gifting me this print, right? And I was telling her about, the store that me and my mom had, and she's like, hey, Ty, I think that, the place that I got this print from was in the store that you and your mom had, because I was describing where our location was at the time. Well, fast forward a little bit, she did get me the print for Christmas or whatever, and lo and behold, it was in that same exact building. And I walked past, because when you walk in this building, there's a bunch of little places. Today, when I got set up and there really wasn't anybody coming, so I was like, you know what? After like 3 hours had passed, I was like, well, I'll get my afternoon coffee and take a walk over there and see what it's about now. And I decided to get my coffee, and I got it, and I was taking some clips and stuff like that. And I walked into this shop, and it was pretty much some of the same stuff that we had. It's handmade jewelry and artistry, and there's Native American items in there, such as like dream catchers and stuff like that. And near where that painting is hanging, I felt my mom's presence, and I did everything I could not to cry, and I couldn't help but feel like it was a full circle moment, and she was very much with me. And I'm really proud of myself for how far I've came in the last 12 years. I keep telling myself I'm not going to cry on YouTube, but fuck, man, I miss her. Grief it gets easier as time passes by, but you still miss them, And, I'm not saying this for people to feel sorry for me. I know that there's someone out there that can relate to this, and maybe it'll help them with their grief journey, but God, we did everything together. We created art. So I'm just really proud of myself for having the courage to be in that same area, because there was such a long time where I couldn't even drive down that street for several years, and just driving by on one of the side streets, which is the main drag, I thought like I was having flashbacks of PTSD and like moments like that, and like things that I've really struggled with. And God, I've grown a lot as a person, but I really miss her. Even though I'm not doing as well with sales as I thought I would, I'm just proud of myself for being there, and I know that everything happens for a reason. And when I broke up with my ex, I didn't really understand, I didn't understand at all, and there were several reasons why I did, and I had every reason to do it. It's not that he's a bad person, and we just were different people, things just didn't work out. And there were a lot of things that happened, and that's besides the point, but I feel like God brought his family into my life to kind of lead that gateway, show me what love was, and I can't thank them enough for being so kind and genuine to me through so many seasons of my life for the short time that I was in their life. And that painting, and just kind of how everything connects, and I don't know what else to say other than I really miss my mom. And I was thinking that last night. I cried on the way home, because I work a lot, and I'm just tired, and I think I'm just emotional, and my period's coming, probably TMI, but I'm just really missing her today, and kind of feeling a little down because I feel like I let her down. I'm not going to quit doing art, but there's a lot of moments where I question my path. But I talked to a 60-year-old woman today. She said she was 61, and she was talking about how she got back into pottery. God brings these people into my booth and brings them into, my path. And she was telling me how much she admires that I do all these creative things. And she was talking about how, she didn't really have time because she was, she didn't get married till she was 38, but still, that's besides the point. And she was talking about how she's getting back into pottery, and she's happy that I'm doing it, because when you get to the end of your life, she said, you don't think about, God, I wish I would have worked more. She's like, it matters with the people around you, and it's a good reminder, and it's something I've been reminded of, because there's a creator on here that I follow, and he was talking about it too, and it's kind of an epiphany I've had, is I've been so focused on my goals and so much on this YouTube channel, and he was kind of talking about this too, this YouTuber. I gotta get some water, but I need to take some of that focus and emphasis off of working so hard, because I'm not really getting the payoff that I hoped for, and I mean, that's okay. What matters at the end of the day is the people you have in your life and how you can show up for them. So I'm gonna go inside and rest, and I'm gonna continue to try and be a good friend and a good sister and a good daughter and just all the good things, and I'm really proud of how far I've come. So if you're going through grief or you lost somebody that you love a lot, give yourself some grace. It's okay to miss them. If you know someone that's sick and it's a parent or somebody who's close to you, time doesn't wait. So spend that time with them, because that's what I'm being reminded of today. But I'm going to get inside so I can get some water. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Ready to go home, Craig? Yeah? Me too. Hey guys, so it's the next day. After my art show yesterday was Sunday, today's Monday. I did record a little bit after my art show when I got home, but I decided to delete that footage because, to be quite honest with you, it was pretty depressing, and I don't know, I don't really feel the need for that to really be on my channel. I said I would share and be very honest about my journey, but I was just in a very low state of mind, and there were just a lot of things that I was going through. I've been fighting a cold for the last week, I want to say, and it's hard for me to talk without coughing, because I feel like the air is so dry. But hey, I was struggling, because like, as much as I did really well with being in the same vicinity where me and my mom had our store, that's also, I don't know how much into depth I'm really gonna go, but like I said, our store was right across from where I was having my art show. But when I got home later Saturday night, my mind started to really get the best of me, and it was replaying all the scenarios, and I started to have some flashbacks, and that's when I realized that there's some parts of myself that aren't healed. I realized that the building next to where I had my art show was where she took her own life, and I didn't know if I was gonna have that on my channel, but I'm just gonna give you like a brief summary. But her death was a suicide homicide investigation, and what the detectives told me was that the person with the answers isn't here anymore, and they ruled it out as a suicide. So I think I was going through a lot yesterday. I ended up packing up early and going home. I made a total of $14. It was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I think I started packing up around 1:30, and the foot traffic just wasn't there, and I'm well aware that art shows can go that direction. I'm not saying anything bad about the event. I'm not demeaning anything. I'm very grateful for the opportunity, but I had to go home and take care of myself, because I was not okay emotionally, mentally, spiritually. I was really struggling with some PTSD, and I didn't think that it affected me in that way anymore. I thought that I moved past that, but clearly there's some things that I still need to work through. I think if anything could have killed me in my life, it would have been losing her. That was very hard for me, and death isn't linear, you know? Death is, especially when you're really close to somebody and you have that bond. Our birthdays were a day apart. Like, we did everything together, and I think the reason why I take a lot of these moments so personal and I take them to heart is because when I quit my job, and I don't owe an explanation, but when I quit my job, I set out on blind faith, and I had all of this, exciting energy, and I signed up for all these art shows, and I knew it would be a possibility that it wouldn't turn out the way that I anticipated, but for it to not be turning out that way really fucking sucks. I gave it my all. I put my all into this. I hate to say it, but I'm probably gonna have to start looking for a job. I'm gonna spend the remainder of, these weekdays. I was painting this morning because it helps me, and there's a couple of pieces I'm working on, but I'm gonna try and pump out as much short form content as I can and kind of clean up my videos and stuff like that, and by November I'm going to be looking for a job if nothing else fails. I didn't think that it would come to this, and I can't say because you never know what can happen. I still have that hope. This has been a hell of a journey, and life isn't easy, and I keep waiting for this plot twist, and I keep feeling like I keep getting let down. And there was a point yesterday to where I was really in my feelings, and I started to feel like God hated me. And I know that there's people out there that have it a hell of a lot worse, but these feelings are real. The stuff that I'm going through is real, and I'm not gonna mask that because somebody else might going through something that's worse. You can't compare hurts, and we all have hurts in life, and I'm just trying to navigate where I need to heal some parts of myself, and I feel like I did a very good job. I did the best I could with what I had, and I may have let people down when I left early yesterday, but I really am proud of myself for putting myself first and taking care of myself, because if I'm not filling my cup and I'm sick and I'm not feeling well, then what am I gonna bring to other people's lives? I was very numb and very down in my feelings last night, so I allowed myself to watch TV and just not do anything because I haven't really had a chance to do that this year. So I didn't mean for this video to be sad or emotional, but it's a lot better than the video that I recorded yesterday because I was nothing short but a mess. Sorry, it sounds like my voice is shaky, but I'm I'm really trying not to cough, and this cold is kicking my ass. Sorry, my allergies, but I'm gonna continue to keep creating art. I'm gonna continue to keep pursuing my dreams. I'm just in the phase of navigating what's next and kind of remapping my life, going back to the drawing board and figuring something out because I'm not about to lose my house, you know? So anyway, if you watched to the end of this video, thank you so much for being here. If you're a new viewer, I promise there's a lot of other videos. I'm actually a pretty funny person. When I'm at my best, I like to crack jokes and make people laugh, but I'm also not gonna downplay my feelings and act like I'm okay when internally I am struggling. So anyways, until the next video, I'm gonna take some time off from filming. You probably won't see much of a break because I'm like a month and a half ahead in content. So I'm gonna continue painting and get some rest and just take care of myself for the next few days. I'll probably be filming a vlog on Saturday because I do have another art show in Savage, Minnesota. So I appreciate you being here, and until next time, my homages, peace out.